The People Station, V103, the ATL's #1 for hip-hop, R&B, and throwbacks. The Big Tigger Morning Show with Jaazy Mcbee. Frank Ski sitting in for the vacationing Big Tigger. And guess what? Sistas, the crew is in the building. Can you believe it?
I mean, I can believe this is family right here.
Yeah.
Like, this is y'all second home. Can we say that?
We here.
Okay, yeah. Because I just saw Crystal in Essence.
Yes.
Looking amazing. And I know you did your, keep it positive, sweetie, there.
Yeah.
And then I feel like we just saw you maybe like, what?
Yeah, we were here for Ellis Ever After. Me and wifey came in and talked about the podcast rebrand. So we were just here a couple months ago.
Yeah, so y'all second home. Welcome home.
Thank you.
Crystal
Thank
and
you.
Val in the building.
Yes.
You know, let me ask you this before we start the interview. Of course, where were you and how did you feel when you got the news about Malcolm Jamal Warner yesterday? Let's start with you, Val.
And I was, I was at the field with my kids. We were doing football training as usual, and then I just get a text, bling, 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 and it's always like the constant text.
Yeah.
And it was my mom and my aunts and then my uncles, and they all send this to me like, did you see this? And man, it hurt a lot. Like it don't feel real. Like that's one person that I've seen on television my whole entire life.
Right.
Yes.
Not just the Cosby Show, but then Malcolm and Eddie, and then now The Resident. Like I rooted for him all the time, so it hurt a lot.
Crystal?
I was in the gym working out, and the text came through, and I was just like in disbelief because, like you, someone we watched our entire lives growing up. He was like my big brother in my mind.
Yeah.
growing up.
Right.
And then just to see him evolve and go through so many different changes and evolutions of his life, to actually see that in real time, and then to hear that. And then this morning on the way here, I saw the last video that he posted.
About his daughter with the flower.
With the flower,
Yes.
oh man.
Oh my goodness. I was like, you just never know, and it's just another eye-opening moment to not take life for granted.
That
because
part.
we're in such a hurry every day to get where we're going, or to check off the to-do list, or these things that I want to do, to not be present. It's just a reminder to always be present.
Yeah.
I think he really, showed us that you can be multi-dimensional.
Yeah.
Right? You know, we all know him obviously from being one of the Huxtable children.
Right.
But then as time went on, he did so much more.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And even when you look at both of you all, you see the multi-dimensions of what you all do now.
Yes.
And I think that's just a new transition of where the art is today.
Right.
You know,
Right.
back then,
Right.
back in the day, you did one thing.
And that was
Right?
it.
You
Yeah.
did one thing. You did your thing. You did one thing.
That's it.
And now, look, you can't sleep at night because you writing, doing all kinds of things. And
Right.
you doing a podcast.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, it's like, yo, can you just do one thing? We can't do one thing no more.
No, we
like our
can't.
world isn't built like that.
Yeah.
Well, let's be real, dude. Have we ever always done like one thing? I mean, that's like rare. Like
Yeah.
Denzel did one thing, but when you think about Eddie Murphy, Will Smith, Martin Lawrence, they all did so many different things, whether it was TV and film, but also rapping, stand-up comedy, hosting television shows. It just seems like that's always been our wheelhouse as black entertainers, to always like put our hands in everything just to be seen first. You know?
Absolutely.
You know, I'll say this. I have, even as a grown person, stolen ideas from both of you. Really? Yes, I watch your podcast, and I'm like, great idea. Good parenting tip. Oh, that's how you really look at things. Okay, that's how my wife is looking at life now, you know? And how does it make you feel when you know you guys are orchestrating this sense of being and education for our culture now?
Yeah.
Well, DeVal laid the blueprint for me. He was doing podcasting before me. And honestly, like when I first started acting, DeVal was my scene partner, and he was the one that came to me and said, Crystal, like he looked at my social media and he was like, people don't know who you are. You don't talk. He's like, you're so dope. You need to show more of who you are.
I love it.
And like what you've seen built is really off of him pushing me to say, go for it. The podcast was go for it. This is the blueprint. Go do it. And everything you see from the live shows to the business models, we talk about everything.
We do talk about everything.
Like,
This is my
finances.
homie. Like people don't realize we talk. It'll be a random Tuesday, and I'll get a phone call, and I know she'll give me my flowers, but I also got to give Crystal her flowers. She'll call me on a random Tuesday and be like, "Yo, have you ever heard about da 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 da?" And I'm like, "No." She says, "Research it." I go research and she's like, what do you think about it? That's a good business opportunity. She says, I know somebody who can get us in. We talk about those type of things.
I love it.
Wow.
And because of those type of things, I was like, Crystal, you have so many contacts in Atlanta alone. You need to let people know so that we can continue the nation build. And she's like, what you mean? I'm like, everywhere this is a funny story. People don't know this. When my wife was first pregnant, right? I was trying to surprise her and do a whole bunch of different things, but we just moved to Atlanta. We got close because she put me in contact with every person she knew to buy all the expensive stuff in Atlanta.
Wow, Crystal.
The Van Cleefs, the Hermes, all of the stuff, the Cartier. She's the one who hit me to doing that.
Like, this is what she needs.
And I was like, yo, you need to let people know that you know these things.
Yeah.
So the podcast thing was just, and she'll give me the credit, but it was like, I don't deserve credit for what you already have.
Right.
Yeah.
That's who she is. And all she does is set the camera up and be herself.
Yeah.
And people get to see her, know that she can sing. She's a good business person, but she's also putting God first.
Yeah.
And that's important in this industry. People don't understand that. Yeah, they say it's a demonic industry, but show me an industry that's not demonic. Look at politics. Look at look at sports.
Yeah.
Everything is. The fact that she's willing to lead with God while telling the stories, I felt like everybody should hear it. So.
Yeah. Now, what were your first thoughts when he encourage you to do the podcast? Like, were you just dragging, like, I don't want to do no podcast? Like,
It took a year.
It took a year
to do that, because I just didn't want people in my business. I'm private, and you have
that
to
part.
really open up.
Yes.
Like, I was just on TikTok yesterday talking about I found out I had fibroids and how many follicles I found out.
Oh,
And I had, like, at 42
gosh.
wanting to have kids. Like,
need
I've
to
learned
know.
to be so much more open because you realize when you are open, we're all going through the same thing.
Absolutely.
And they look
Right.
at us and think we don't go through anything. And then when you open up, it's like, wait a minute, she's
She's
going
a
through the same
human,
thing?
right.
Yeah, so it makes people feel human. It makes people feel seen, and I think that's and bringing people closer to God for me is like the biggest thing. I feel like that's my mission now.
Yeah. Now, sometimes when you open yourself up like that, you open yourself up to criticism and then the audacity or the obligation that you need to tell, like just say if you become pregnant and you hide it from everybody, and then people are, oh, well, she didn't tell us she had no baby or married. So, what are your thoughts about that when people you're subject to the criticism of what you don't and what you do share?
And I think it's very, you have to be smart about it. You know, some things you should keep sacred.
Right.
You know, I'm not going to tell who I'm dating or anything like that. I may give hints, or you may know I'm in a relationship.
Right. You might see an arm.
You know what I'm saying? Or something, or not. You know?
Or not, or finger or
She not
something
gonna show
like
no
that.
I've learned
arms.
like not
No,
to
no,
follow.
that part.
I've learned a lot of things because
Right.
people, like, as soon as you follow one person, like, oh, is that who they go there? They
Oh,
literally
my
watch who you
God.
We were
follow.
just talking
I
about
was
that.
just talking, I was like, that's why I said I don't. Anybody I've ever talked to, I do not follow
You
because
can't.
people go literally. I don't care if you follow
Yes, they
1,000
will figure
people,
it out.
they will go through your social media follow. I'm telling you, people
will
are
find
crazy.
them. Yes.
They'll find them.
Yeah, so I feel like some things you just have to keep sacred and protected, especially when everything else is so
Yeah.
public in the eye.
Right.
You have to have some things that are just yours because
Okay.
you share so much.
Right. Disclaimer, guys. I said example of pregnancy. She's not pregnant.
I'm not
that was just an
pregnant.
example, guys.
You know
Just an
that's gonna
example.
come
Right.
out
That was
next.
just an
You know that I
example. It was an
You know that's
example.
gonna come
I was
out
holding
next.
on to it.
I see you.
I was holding
Do you
on to it,
see?
yeah.
You see that? It was just an example, guys.
So let me ask you this: how do you deal with being the guy on the show that's the sex symbol?
Am I really?
How do you deal with that coming home to a private life? You know what I mean? Where you have literally, bro, there are clips of you online, like shirtless and stuff, and the women talking about you, right? How does that translate into your personal relationship with your wife? I know she got to be strong, but you the same way because she's beautiful as well.
I was about to
gorgeous.
say, have
Yeah,
you
Yeah.
seen
she's
my-
gorgeous.
have you seen my
Oh
wife?
my
I
God.
know, bro. I get it.
She's
I get it.
amazing.
I'm gonna be honest. It doesn't seem like that to me.
Really?
I don't really read the chatter like that because you can't get caught up in anything too high or too low.
Right.
Right. So if you get caught up on everyone saying all of these things when it's too high, when they don't have nice things to say, then you take that personal too.
Okay.
So I don't get caught up in either way. I just try to present myself the best way, but I also do remind my wife, like, you see what you got. Since you see what you got, I need you to,
Yeah.
take care of what you got.
Take care of what you got.
But we're in this together.
What's the slickest thing
Yeah.
a woman has ever done to get your attention, knowing you married?
Oh man.
Because they slick out here, bro.
I don't want to say
Listen.
that.
You
You
got
know
some
what?
vultures out here, man.
I will
Watch
say
your heart,
this.
two steps.
No,
Watch
no.
your heart.
I will say
These
this
girls
about,
are smart.
Y'all wrong.
Play your part.
I will say this about the people who support us.
Yes.
They respect and love my wife.
Yeah.
So much.
Because boundaries are hard, bro.
But the vast majority of women are so ultra respectful.
Good.
Most people who have approached or said something hadn't known that I was married. Because not everyone is on social media. Let's just be clear, right? There are 8 billion people in the world. Only 680 million are on Twitter. So that's less than 10% of the population are actually on social media. We in our minds think that everybody
knows, right?
Everybody doesn't know. So there are times where women are, sometimes
I think the numbers are different when you break it down to black women.
In what way?
99% of black women.
Oh my God.
I would say
They good researchers, bro. They
Listen.
play like they don't know,
No,
but
you
they
think
know.
black women, white women
argue,
too.
I would argue the
Who
opposite.
are you? I've
would
never
argue-
seen you before.
I would argue the opposite. I would. Now,
You said,
I
you would argue the opposite?
I would
Why?
argue the opposite. I would argue the opposite only because of this, right? Just look at our demographics. Right?
Okay.
How many intelligent, well-to-do black women have time to be online, like consistently? Think about it.
Yeah.
How many? It's not often. They're not sitting at home with a bunch of time. Like we're not coming from generations of wealth
Right.
where they're just sitting back up.
But
in
that's
their
why they
Hamptons.
have clubs, bro. They got clubs. They be like, girl, did you see this? And when they research something,
you're
they do it
right.
as a
Group
group.
chats.
They do it as a
Now,
group.
Collectively, they will find some shit out. Oh my bad, I can't say that. Collectively, they will. I watched my wife and her sister do it.
Oh, you did?
Yes, I
Yeah,
watched
I
her
know.
do it, so I do it. But
We will find out some
They will
things.
find
I
out.
will. But I just don't
That's
think
cool.
that they're on there like just like that.
Yeah.
Because I don't get that like that. Like they're very respectful. They love my wife. They
Yeah.
love the family.
Yes.
They're scared of Fatima. So sometimes I'm in the
Yeah,
airport.
because she got an edge, bro.
They come.
She
got an edge.
Come up they're like, is Fatima here? And I'm like, nah, she's still in Atlanta. She chilling. They're like, okay, can I get this picture? You asked if Fatima's here. My wife is right there. Oh,
That's
you
what you need
married?
to be worried about.
I'm like, yeah, I'm married. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, it's
That
fun
is
more than anything.
Yeah.
Good.
How do you deal with being on and off as a woman? And sometimes you got to show your vulnerable side with no makeup, hair not done.
Yeah.
How do you deal with that?
Season 1, I did an episode where I literally started the episode taking my lashes off, all my makeup off,
Yep.
and just did an episode about me. And I feel like the best way to do that is just to strip it all off.
Okay.
And, I think I've become more comfortable with my skin. There are times, it's more so getting used to walking out and people want to take pictures. Like,
yeah.
when you're not looking your best, it's like,
Because you want your pictures to look,
look
right.
good. Yeah,
right.
you're going to
You
have it all
know,
over the
yeah.
internet. Let me at least look okay.
Right. That
Let me
part.
stop. Y'all act like y'all not 90s fine
No,
in here. Both of y'all with no makeup on.
But 90s
really
fine, that's
good.
big. 90s fine is big.
'Cause in the 90s,
90s
you remember,
fine is big.
Frankie,
Absolutely.
A woman walk out, no makeup
makeup
on,
and
like,
everything.
just-
Yep.
I've seen this woman with nothing on.
Okay.
Like, and just cornrows. And I'm not talking about the nice ones. I'm talking about the cornrows that finish. You know what I'm talking. And she still look amazing. Like,
Right.
I honestly
I
feel
call
like
my
y'all got to
McMeals.
give
The
yourselves
what?
more
The
credit. She do
McMeals?
the
Oh, the
McMeals.
McMeals,
Oh,
right.
Lord.
That's
Back when he was
crazy.
young,
It'd be
that's
like
how he
5
looked.
braids,
Oh, my God.
and it go from this side to this side.
Now, okay,
Yes.
so what men get it misconstrued is like we put on makeup to hide our beauty. No. We do it as an embellishment.
Yes.
Like we know we look good and amazing without
Enhance.
makeup because I would come in here with a hat and and no makeup on and I'm good.
Yeah.
Good. But it's just an additive that we like to add on our face. Doesn't have to be a lot. We know we fine.
Yeah.
But we find her when we take the pictures. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
exactly.
So we good.
All right, let's get people to watch this show, man.
Yes.
What we talking about this time?
Season 9.
It's a lot.
So many relatable topics.
It's a lot.
We were talking about maternal,
Black maternal
black
health.
maternal health.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yes,
important.
in season, the episode 1, we're in the hospital, and this is something that's very important to us.
Yeah.
You know, she just talked about her reproductive health and wanting to have a baby now at 42. And Kadeen and I have been through this, where the people in the hospital are not listening to you.
Who's the first person I called?
The first person she called was Kay.
Oh,
Them two
wow.
on the phone talking about black maternal health because no one is talking about it.
Yeah.
But this is a conversation. Black women die at a rate 5 times higher than any other
That's
demographic.
facts.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is fact. So I'm proud that the writers chose to tell this story.
Beautiful.
Because people are going to watch it. A lot of young women are going to watch it and be like, is this really going on? Yes.
Yes.
'Cause I saw a couple of comments and would be like, oh, that nurse was mean. Wait until you in there having a
real.
baby and you tell them like something don't feel well, and someone says, "Oh, that's just the way it is." They did that to me and Kay.
Really?
Yes, verbatim. The anesthesiologist, she got stuck 3 times trying to get the epidural, and the last time I was like, "Yo, like you're not doing it right," and they're just like, "Calm down." I'm like, "I'm as calm as I can be. We're gonna escort you out."
Yeah.
I was like, "Listen, y'all gonna take more than them 2 to get me out of this
right.
hospital."
That's a good subject.
But that's
a
what
good
you
subject.
have to do to stand up for your wife in that situation. So I'm proud that they're telling this story.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
It's a lot of. It's a lot. It's actually this season is. I've said it a few times. This is my favorite season.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really just the topics. Even the storylines for each character is just really fleshed out very well.
I wish we could talk about your storyline. I know you wanted to say it,
I
but you
did.
don't want
Just
to.
a little bit,
Um,
without giving too much away.
You have to say, okay.
Because he's gonna push you to say it.
Right.
Seems like it's gonna.
Because I think the topic has to be discussed. Like
Yeah.
we're dealing with grief,
Okay, yeah.
right? And you know people deal with grief in different ways.
Different ways, yes. For
As
sure.
as a couple, right? Who's right and who's wrong when someone is grieving and the other one is also trying not to. You know what I'm saying? I can't give it away.
Okay.
But then the conversations, well, who's right and who's wrong?
That's good.
How much
That's
time do
really
you give
good.
someone who's grieving? What does grieving look like?
Oh, that's
Yes.
good.
Ooh,
Oh,
boy.
that's
telling y'all, tune in.
good.
Yes.
Okay.
Good.
All right, tell people how they can watch the show.
Woo, Wednesday nights, 9/8 Central, only on BET. Make sure you guys tune in. It's so good.
All right.
Yeah.
Quick question,
Yes.
right? DeVal, you're married. We had a topic yesterday. Is marriage a business?
Yes.
I'm not even married. I know that.
Yo, no, it's
Absolutely.
registered.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, I don't even want to go through that. Okay, why do you say that really quick?
No, marriage is a business because you have to go to the state to get a marriage license. Once, for example, think about it. For example, once we become a union together and we decide we no longer want to be together, there are assets that need to be divided, regardless of whether you had a prenup or not. In which case, that is a business. And I'm not saying you're thinking about your marriage about divorce, but what
Okay.
I'm saying is that you have to go into the marriage saying, what am I bringing? What is she bringing? What are we bringing and cultivating together? Because if you're not having those conversations, when those things come up in your marriage, bills and stuff, it'll tear it apart if you're not talking about the business
Okay.
marriage.
But that's not all. Crystal, what do you think?
I didn't say it was all, but it is a business.
Because I don't think like this anymore, but there was a time where I was like, I don't want to get married like under law. I want to get married under God. Because I was like, I don't want to, I want to be married under God and have his blessing, but what you come with is what you come with. What I come with is what I come
Facts.
with. And then whatever we build together, we can have agreements on that contractually. And so if you want to go, you're free to go. We don't have to go through all this. There's so much to go
The
through.
court system.
Yeah, it's so much. But I don't know how I look at it now, but it's just, that was a thought of mine. I was like, it's just too much. And I was seeing the divorce rate. And I was like,
Yeah.
and all the people the money they were spending to get divorced. I was like, listen,
It's a
if you
business.
don't want to be, just go.
So let me ask a question, right? The biggest distribution of wealth from person to person happens in what? In families,
Yeah.
Right.
right? The most powerful people in this country are families, right? How do you keep the black family down?
Keep them separated.
You keep
Right,
them separated.
exactly,
Why?
yeah.
Because you can't send assets to
Assets
your
to-
children.
right.
That's a business.
I know, but I just didn't want him to think and tell
No,
these people
no.
that it's all about business. You know what I'm saying? It can be
No,
about
nobody said
love.
it's all
It's about
about it.
partnership,
Listen,
right?
It's
Too.
not.
But it's not just all about business.
No, it's
Listen,
not. I'm
there's
not gonna say it's all
sometimes-
about-
Okay,
sometimes
a lot of
I
people
love my wife
who have
big time
money.
and-
It's all about business, and I didn't want to say that. A lot of people agree with me. Thank you. Okay.
No, it's not. It's not all about business.
Sometimes I
but-
love my
It's
wife to
not.
death. Other times I'm like, Lord, what did I get myself into? But guess what? The mortgage still gotta be paid.
Hello.
That's a fact.
Period.
Be smart,
Anyway.
get your prenup, and then that's it. But of course, the ninth season airs.
It's out now.
Oh, it's out
Yeah,
now. It's out now. Yeah,
Every
it's on
Wednesday.
every
tomorrow
Wednesday.
night,
Every
make sure you
Wednesday.
All
catch
right.
it.
It's the People's Station V103.